Then let's discuss about the data types in array in this numpy array. Okay, so how we can use this data type with the numpy array. So every numpy array is a grid of elements of the same type, and numpy provides a large set of numeric data types that allow us to use construct arrays. Okay, means we can construct these arrays by using the numeric data types. Okay, so numpy tries to analyze that whenever we are creating any array, so that functions we have, so whatever functions we have, so that functions we can include an optional argument to explicitly specify the data types. Okay, so now let's see and practically, so like how we can see that. So we have the d type. Okay, here we have d type. So by using d type we can check that what is my data type of array, means whatever array we have created, so what is the side data type of that array. Okay, now let's check how we can check. Okay, now like suppose we have the arr, suppose arr 1 is there. Okay, and by using a numpy array, so np dot array we have created np dot array, and in np dot array we are creating the rank 1 array, that is 1 comma 2 is created. Okay, what is the values for the arr1? Arr is having only two values, that is 1 and 2. Okay, now let me print what is the data type for this. The print function will use for print what is the data type for it. So arr dot d type. Okay, d type we have to use arr arr1 dot d type. Okay, so we have arr1 dot d type. So let me print this. Okay, so this is int 32 type, 32 bit type. Okay, so what is the data type for this array? It is the int 32 type. Okay, now we can create the another floating type data. So now let's we create the another floating type of data, that is arr2 we are going to create, suppose. So arr2 we are going to create. Now it's having a fractional values. Okay, so what values we have, that is 1.5 is there, then it is having like suppose 2.6 is there. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to print this array, then arr2 is there. Okay, what is my array name? My array name is arr2. Now let me print it. Okay, so first is that is int 32 and second one is float 64. So whatever data type it will be considered internally, so it will show you what is the data type. Okay, so we can also print this data type. Then we have mathematical functions in array. So whenever we are performing operations with a numpy array, whenever we are doing the numeric operations with the, like whenever we are learning machine learning. Okay, so in that case we need some mathematical functions. So how we can do the mathematical operation with the numpy array, so that we are going to discuss now. For performing basic mathematical operation, we have the mathematical functions. Okay, so that we are going to discuss. So first we are going to import, that is import numpy as np. Okay, import numpy as np. Suppose I have variable that is a. Okay, a is my array name. Okay, that np dot array we are going to create first. So first we are going to create that is array, and this array is having the values like 1 comma 2. First we are having a values like second values we have, that is 3 comma 4 we have. Okay, this is my first array. Okay, and we can also mention the d type. Okay, so what is my d type? So d type we can also mention. So d type equals to, that is np dot float 64. Okay, what is my d type? np dot float 64. So data type is what here we are using, that is float 64. Okay, similarly we are creating another array. What we are doing, we are doing some operation like addition, subtraction we are doing. Okay, so we are creating the array, that is suppose b array we are going to create, and we are having values like 5 comma 6 and having a value like 7 comma 8. Okay, we are having some values. Okay, so now we have a array a and we have a array b. If we are printing that data, so that will be printed. Okay, whenever we are printing that data, so that array will be printed as a rank wise. Okay, in the row column wise. Okay, but what we can do, we can do the operation like addition. Suppose I want to print a plus b. Okay, suppose I want to print a I am going to print b I am going to print. Okay, and I want to print a plus b. Okay, here line number 2 is having an error. So what is the error in line number 2? Okay, we have an error because we haven't started is this one. So we have to use the square bracket here. So square bracket we have to use. Okay, now I hope no error is there. Okay, now let me run once again. Now let's see What is my first array? My first array is this one. What is my second array? My second array is this one. Okay, now we have did the some operation, like we did the addition. Okay, so we can directly add these two matrices. Okay, but in other case, like if we are from the C++ or Java background, okay, there is no any other functionalities like this. Okay, so we can directly manipulate the arrays like this. We have to write the some logic. So how this is the power of the Python. So how we can simplify the code in the Python. Okay, in case like if you don't want to use this, so we have the add function in Python. How to use the add function? That is np dot add function is there. Okay, np dot add, and we can also use this a comma p here. So by using np dot add, okay, we will have a output like this, same output like this. So we can also adding this a and b, and by using numpy is having a function that is add function, so we can use like this. Similarly, we have the function that is subtract. Okay, we have function that is subtract function. So by using subtract function, we can subtract the elements. Similarly, if you want to multiply the numbers, so we have the multiply function. Okay, so by using multiply function, we can multiply the matrix. Means a will be multiplied with the b. Similarly, we have the divide function, so we can use the divide. We have the sqrt function, so we can use the sqrt function. Okay, so let's check the sqrt function, np dot sqrt function. So here is the sqrt function. Okay, so you can use the mathematical function here. NumPy provides the many useful functions for performing computation on arrays. Like one of the most function is that is sum function. Okay, so we have a sum function. By using sum function, we can sum the all the elements. Okay, like whatever data is present inside the array, that can be summed by using the sum function. So how we can use this sum function? Now let's discuss. So we have created one of the array, that is numpy.array. Okay, and I don't want to mention the data type here. Okay, so we have created the numpy array, that is np.array. We have a array, that is, okay, what is my array name? A array is there. Okay, so we can also print this a. Now what we are doing, if you want to do the summation, okay, so what we can do, np dot, it is having a function that is sum function. Np dot sum function is there. Okay, np dot sum of what? Sum of a. Okay, sum of a. So no need to write the logic extra. Like we have the array that is a, we have printed, that is 1 2 3 4, and then we have the sum function. So what sum function will do, it will add all these elements. Okay, so like in other programming, we have to write the logic extra explicitly. So in Python, no need to mention the logic extra. So we have the sum function. We have the next topic in numpy array, that is transpose of matrix. Okay, to transpose a matrix means what? The column will be converted into the rows, and rows will be shifted into the column. Okay, so how we can perform the transpose matrix? Okay, so apart from the computer mathematical functions using the arrays, we can frequently need to reshape or otherwise manipulate the data in the arrays. Okay, so the simplest example that we are going to discuss, that is the transpose of matrix. Okay, so that we are going to discuss. So in transpose of matrix, we have an object that is t. Okay, so numpy is having an object that is t in the capital. Okay, so we have a object that t that we are going to use. So what we are going to use, that is numpy we have imported first. So numpy array we have created, this array we have created, and numpy we have imported already. Okay, so and numpy library will be available, and if you want to print this a, so it will be printed the data. Okay, now what I want to do is print. Okay, so np dot, okay, what I want to do is np dot, that is t. Okay, np dot, sorry, np dot, no, we have the array name that is a. Okay, so a dot t. So by using a dot t, we can transpose this matrix. Okay, so we have the matrix that is 1 2 3 4, and now this matrix has been changed. So rows will be shifted into the column, and column will be shifted into the rows. Okay, so that is possible by using the transpose of the matrix. We discussed by using the numpy library. Okay, so in case of numpy library that we discussed today, that how we can work with the arrays using the numpy. So whenever we are learning machine learning, so this will help you to manipulate the data, to working with the arrays. Okay, so today we discussed two very important topics, that is the list and numpy arrays. If you have any questions, you can share in the chat box.